everyone, and welcome back to the Unbothered Podcast, where we like to chat all things the challenge. And today we're back recapping AllStars Season 4. This is episode 5, titled The Way You Make Me Steal. And you have me, Nadine, along with Tia, Caitlin, and we have a special co-host this week. If you're in our Challenge Unbothered fan group, you may know her as the lady who extensively gives us recaps of everybody else's podcast, the one and only Ellen. Welcome, Ellen.
Yay! Hey, thanks for having me.
Of course. Thanks for joining us.
I'm glad to
Like, we
have
got to
you.
get the recap queen, on the podcast with us. So, as I said,
we love your recaps.
Yes, we do.
Yes, we all do.
Thank you.
You listen to Anissa and Tori, so we don't have to.
I know that's been harder this time around. And shockingly, it's Anissa that's bugging me.
Really?
I think it's pretty obvious in my recap. She's just kind of working me a little bit. But anyway, we'll forget about them. I'll keep doing Okay.
So as I said, we're recapping episode 5, titled The Way You Make Me Steal. As a reminder, last week we had a women's elimination, Cara versus Rachel, and they threw some stars at a board. And Rachel went home. Cara got to keep her star, and then she decided to give Rachel's star to Jasmine because she's like, you know what? I'll make you a Stargate instead. So we open up the new episode with them returning from said elimination. And in Jasmine's confessional, she's like, why'd you give me a star? You just gave me a final. And I'm like, I don't think they're worried. Sorry, Jazzy. They're not worried. That's what they want.
She would be who I would want to run a final with. So,
True. It's really a win-win if you look at it. If somebody needs to go in and they're not confident, she's the perfect one. And if she makes it to the final, she's one less person to worry about when they're running it.
Exactly.
And everybody can win. I'm not saying that. She could turn around and shock us. But if you're doing odds.
Yeah. People who have experience in the final versus somebody who's never done it before, chances aren't as good for you. That's why I was thinking they were going to try to keep Josh till the final for season 40, because I was like, if I was a guy, I'd want to run against him. He might be in shape, but he's still doofy and
and
he still trips over his
Josh.
Yeah, he's still Josh. Yeah,
it's very emotional.
Exactly. So in AllStars, we see Cara's like, I'm out for revenge. Like, y'all threw shots. All right. That's fine. We're gonna play the way y'all want to play. And then they cut to a scene with Leroy doing one of the things he does best, which is cut hair, and he's cutting Adam's hair. And I really liked that whole scene. Leroy talking about experiencing postpartum depression as a dad and how he sought therapy for it, and just how supportive like Cam is of that. And regardless of how they are in the game, as like a real life couple and like adults, I fucking love them.
Yes.
They're very real.
Whether you like them or not, they're couple goals. I mean, there's no denying that. And I love them. I'm mad at Cam, but still love them as a whole. So
yes.
Agreed.
No, I agree.
And I was like, let's see Avery there in the corner with things already happening between you and Mr. Larson. You watch him getting his haircut.
He's always in the corner if you're really watching. So I think that's awesome though, because she's the one I'm most surprised how much I like her. I never disliked her, but I'm really enjoying her.
Yeah, I'm enjoying her as well. She doesn't have the shadow of her ex, basically
who I despise,
being the reason. Yeah, exactly. She's like kind of on her own. She's doing her own thing. And she's super sweet in person too. So she's definitely not a drama person, that's for sure.
Yeah, she's pretty low key.
And then we go from this beautiful scene with Adam and Leroy and Cam, and then we got to watch Nicole and Laurel fucking floor wrestle like teenagers instead of grown ass women. Oh, this toxic wasteland.
I don't even have words.
I know. It's painful.
I'm like, y'all know what an ex is? Do you know what that is? Don't go back to it again.
Was it Veronica that said they were really toxic? Was that her?
Yes.
Yes.
And thank God for Mama Flora.
Oh, love her.
Giving it real to Nicole, like,
Okay,
you
but
keep
it's
saying,
going in one ear and out the other.
well, I don't know. Nicole seemed to
Yes.
take a little bit of that advice.
Yeah.
She tried to set a
See,
boundary.
yeah, but I think it's both. She knew Flora was right, but she's a grown woman. She could follow through on it. You know what I'm
Yes.
Mm-hmm.
saying? So
Mm-hmm.
when it was comfortable and it fit her needs, she forgot about it. And then okay, it's time to get back in the game and I'm getting ahead of myself, then it's a whole different story. She is playing her hard. And I
Yeah.
personally think Nicole is intentionally playing her hard. I don't think Nicole's getting lost in anything. It's she left the relationship. Now she's alone. She didn't want to be alone in the game. And when they got out,
Yeah.
she didn't have anything else to do. But anyway,
I think
So
Nicole loves love, but doesn't know how to be healthy in
yeah,
it.
this is
loves
gonna
love, but not committed.
this is gonna be kind of mean, maybe, but Nicole annoys me. Like I just have never liked her. But apparently she's very likable because Brandon said he likes her. Flora clearly likes her. Jay is friends with her. I don't know. I just find her I don't know. I find her annoying. Maybe she's different in the house around people that aren't Laurel. I don't know.
Well, two things though with that. Because I do think I can see her being likable to guys, but
Mm, that's true. Yeah.
to guys. Zach said that he used to, when he was around her more often, he adores her, which I don't know if that's a ringing endorsement or not, but he used to he would joke with her that if he ever saw Jenna drunk and Nicole was around, he was going to knock her out because Nicole just knew how. He basically said Nicole can turn a straight woman. He said
Oh,
she knew
yeah.
how to get in there and it didn't matter what, that she just had charisma, to quote my son, had the riz, and she can go in there and she can just make anyone. And he talked about how they would be out and he would look up and she would be with someone straight and they were making out. After about 10 minutes, she was in the corner making out with them. So that's the first thing. So I can see guys being like, that's my buddy.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Because it's like the same energy and that's
But don't
awesome.
leave your girl around her.
See, but don't leave your girl around her.
I think Nicole was with somebody because we talked to Brandon yesterday and he was saying that Nicole said that her and her girl back home wants kids and that she would like pay Brandon to have his kids. So I think the whole time the whole Laurel thing was going on, she had somebody back home.
But
Was she
we
talking
found
about
out.
her or the one she was engaged to that she was not now she's no longer with?
I'm not sure because it was a year ago, but it doesn't really matter because she was still on the
does it
show.
matter? She cheats on every person she's with.
She does.
I don't know because Brandon just said the girl that she was with back home that they wanted kids. So I don't know if she was talking about
the one. He did say that. Yeah.
So she was just playing both of them. Maybe that's why she's not engaged no more.
She gets more engaged than all the women on Jersey Shore.
That's Angelina.
It makes my
and
head
Sam,
hurt.
and it does. It makes my head hurt too.
Her voice makes my head hurt.
I think she just has like a revolving door of engagement rings. She'd be like, "Can you give it back? Because I got to get repurposed for the next."
We should interview and ask her what's her body count.
She'd be like, "I don't know. I don't have time to count all those." Their Staten Island accent.
Was it Gabriel? Didn't somebody say that Flora and Nicole were getting into it though? I thought one of the spoilers said that. I'll have to go back and look.
Those two?
Yeah,
maybe there's so much coming out lately. I don't even
and they're
remember
not showing so much.
Yeah,
they never do.
That bugs me as well, but yeah.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know.
We'll see.
So after Flora tries to talk some sense into Nicole, we then cut to Cara and Leroy because it's before the daily. I'm like, look, Leroy, you are now playing a challenge version of Dr. Phil. Catching strays because of Cam. So he's like, look, let's go in there. Let's settle this shit.
Go talk to her. Yeah.
It does not go well.
No.
He was cracking me up this episode.
Same.
He was so funny. Like unintentionally. I think he just really wanted things to work out. He's like, I'm not gonna get in the middle of it. Just
Yeah.
gonna let it happen. Yeah, no.
He was like, all right, guys, great talk. Went to shit. Time for a daily. But also props to Kara for because I feel like in past older seasons, in these types of situations, she would have gotten way more emotional. She probably would have gotten way more upset. And, maybe like kind of thought, okay, maybe it's me
Closed off.
overthinking it. But this, she was like, you know what? No, I'm not listening to the bullshit. Just say you want me out. Well, I do now. Clearly,
Right.
clearly. And I also get to an extent where Cam came from when she said, yeah, I got what I wanted, but not with my friend helping me. Okay, I can get that tidbit. I understand that. But you like took it to the next level. So at this point, it's all's fair in love, war, and challenges, baby.
Exactly.
All's fair.
Exactly. It just,
Yep.
I totally get all of it. I have no issue with gameplay at all. I mean, whatever you got to do, because at the end of the day, you're trying to go home with some money.
Mm-hmm.
But I think that was a reach. She was
Yeah.
reaching big time because anyone with common sense knows that Kara made a promise. Excuse me, Kara, forgive me, made a promise before she went into that, right? If she had broken that promise, now she's painted as untrustworthy in this game. She couldn't do that. And I hate how they edited that scene because you could hear Cam start to say something. And yeah, you promised her before. I would have loved to have heard what she said or how she rationalized thinking that Kara should have gone against her word in a situation that didn't matter.
Right.
I agree. With that. I would love to hear that too.
Well, and
Who
I've
knows?
said
Maybe
it
they'll
many
talk about it on
times
their podcast.
before. Yeah, I've said before, if I was on there, I would backstab all of my friends, but I would tell them. They would know before even the game started, I'm going to kill all of you off if I can. I mean,
I'll take you as far as I can, but when it's every man for themselves, I love you, mean it. Let's go.
yeah, exactly.
I'll take you out to dinner when I win.
Yeah, exactly.
We'll go shopping.
My friends
Agreed.
would expect it. They would know that's coming.
Yeah, I agree. So we get to the daily. It's called the Bobblehead Bobsled. It's a callback from a daily on Duel 2. There's 4 teams. They essentially are going to like almost like this like cart bobsled single file down this track, and they have to like grab these packets of colored water, and they have these giant tin bobbleheads on so you can't see anything. And they have to basically replace as much water as they can at the end because TJ has turned the vial on their cylinder, whatever.
Too much.
Right.
It's a mouthful of an explanation. It's much more fun to watch, I promise.
Yeah.
Yes.
There will be 2 losing groups, 1 winning group, and a middle group. The middle group will obviously be the people who vote the losing group individuals into the elimination. It is a guys elimination, so not a double. It's strictly guys. The very first team is a team of only 4. Everybody else has 5, which I think was an advantage for everyone else in a game like this. So the first team, you had Nicole, Brad, Leroy, and Jasmine. Brad's feeling super confident. He's like, yeah, I did this on the Duel 2, and like I know what I'm doing, and like we're gonna rock it. No.
Then he just
which is how you knew he wouldn't.
Yeah, that was bad.
Yeah,
Can we talk about
way too
how
fast.
much fun TJ was having though?
Oh yeah, he was fucking loving it.
He just had a blast this season in general.
I think he loves AllStars.
All the All-Star seasons. He loves it. You can tell he's genuinely like just digging what's going on. He loves it.
Mm-hmm. He does. Nicole is very angry for someone that isn't available for elimination. Like, girl, you real angry for it being a guy's elimination day. You're still safe. Like,
it's okay.
That whole I like, Brad, what are you doing? You can't go so fast. What are you fucking doing?
Well, all that kept going through my mind while she was yelling at him was Devin and double agents when he was talking and he said, I can't understand my partner. That's all I kept hearing in my head. And I kept like, I'm from New Jersey. And I have to really go, to listen,
What?
to understand
Yeah.
what she's saying. And then they
She
kept
needs
saying,
subtitles.
Jasmine, she couldn't get it. There was none left. And I'm thinking her arms didn't reach. That's
Right.
not on brand. I'm just saying.
Isn't
But
that why
stay
you put
away
her
from her.
last?
Let up on my
uh,
brand. I mean, just come
yeah.
on. But okay.
And once again, Leroy is in a losing group, I'm sure. And Cam's like, God damn it. Fuck.
I was rolling.
Again. I wonder if these were random teams. I assume they were random. They didn't say.
Yeah, they
Because
haven't said, but I'm
if
assuming so.
if they were, if I was Leroy and Brandon, I'd be like, put me on Kara's team, please. Just so she can't put me in. But it didn't work out that way. So the second team, you had Keefla, Cam, Steve, and Derek. They do pretty well. They do better than the first team. The third team is Cara, Jay, Veronica, Adam, and Ace. I laughed at Adam pushing Veronica up the hill. It's like, come on, girl, we can do this.
Yeah, that was funny.
Did anybody else? I noticed the weirdest things. Just her bobblehead that they took the time to put her hoops on her
Oh, I
bobblehead.
know. I know.
Yes.
Somebody else had earrings on it too. Was it Tina?
I don't know, but
I think it was Tina's had earrings on it.
between that and them talking about her apple bottoms, this was hilarious to me.
I love Jasmine. Like, look at that apple bottom. Oh, I loved it.
That was funny.
And the third team tries a slower strategy approach to ensure they can grab as many pouches as possible. It does work because I'm pretty sure they grabbed almost every single pouch. I don't recall TJ saying, and again, maybe this was off camera. I don't remember him saying that whoever fills it the fastest, the quickest
He
wins.
did. It was a
Okay.
timed thing and an amount thing.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
I figured like time as in you only had so much time for. I don't know.
Well, my thing was like, what if he doesn't push off the same each time and that like takes seconds away before he gets down there and turns the water on? I was like, that's not really an exact,
Yeah.
but whatever.
There's
It was
definitely
really dumb, but it looked fine.
Yeah.
It was just a fun.
There's definitely room for
thing.
error.
Yeah.
So even though they seemingly take longer than the first two teams, they definitely collected the most amount of water. And then the last team is Ryan, Laurel, Brandon, Flora, and Avery. And I mean, they do pretty well getting down the track, grabbing their pouches. They're refilling the cylinder as fast as possible. I feel like theirs was draining faster than everybody else's.
Well,
it looked like that.
And then Ryan had that one left.
Yeah, and his shirt.
They probably would have won.
I think they would, because after listening to the other one, I took the time to actually watch for that. And if the editing was right, they would have
Which
won.
it probably wasn't.
So that factor's always in there. But if you look at Cara's teams and theirs after the whistle blew, they probably would have won if he had gotten it. Yeah.
Wow.
Fun fact, this is the daily that shattered Ryan's shoulder.
Oh, I didn't know Ryan's shoulder was shattered.
Yep. He shattered his shoulder in this daily. Tia, go ahead.
Oh, he made me touch his shoulder where he has a plate in it.
Oh no. How did he shatter it?
That's what I'm wondering. I didn't think it was that.
What he said, if I can remember, because again, we were all drunk. I think it was like the way that the bobblehead was hitting on his shoulders as they were going down. It like just and then him reaching up, I think it just hit at the right angle, because those things are not like plastic, they're like metal. And I think I had heard he had already kind of injured his shoulder on the slide back at the house, so he could have had it aggravated, and this just made it worse. He got to keep competing because they didn't know he shattered his shoulder.
Yeah, he didn't say anything.
Well, the OGs don't talk. The OGs don't talk. You think
right? No, they're like, as soon as they find out I'm injured, either I'm going to be a target or I'm out of here. Yep. And it's not worth it. So after TJ explains that even though the third team has the most water in their cylinder, They took longer to do it, so I guess ounce per second. Cam's team ends up being the winners. But Kara's team is second. So they get to put in the 2 men from the losing teams. And who are in the losing teams? Leroy and
And
Brandon.
Brandon. Yep.
And Leroy's going to catch strays for Cam.
What's that saying? Something about a woman scorned. What's the
Hell hath no fury.
That one.
Like a woman scorned. And she's like, I guess what, guys? And Brandon's like, fuck! God damn it! I knew I shouldn't have done that shit last week. Fuck! I should have waited longer. And you know what? She's not even gonna to fake it.
Right.
Which is all I want from my challengers. Just own it.
Exactly. Yep. Yes.
Just own it. So after we get back to the house from the daily, we get such a cute scene of Brandon FaceTiming his daughter. So cute.
The cutest kid.
Oh my God. So adorable. We actually chatted with him about his daughter and that she watches him on the show and stuff. She's like 5 or 6. So check out that interview, guys. That's coming out soon. Talk about all sorts of things.
Did he say anything about the DMX song?
No.
Apparently that's apparently their song, a DMX. So she'll say stop and then he'll drop with DMX.
That's cute.
Oh no, we didn't talk about
we should
that.
Ask. We got so distracted and off tangent about so many things.
I don't even like kids, but she was so cute when she was like, I love you a billion, trillion, whatever she was saying. And then he said it back to her. I was like, oh,
so cute.
So cute.
So my best friend will watch it with me when I'm watching it to take notes and stuff. And she'll get into it. And on that scene, she was like, does he have weed like pictures on his socks?
He does.
That's really fucking cool. And like I paused, I was like, yeah, those are pot leaves. And I was like, well, we did talk about that, so I guess it makes sense.
He doesn't hide it.
I was just like looking with his weed socks on. It made me laugh. And then we go from this adorable scene to another awkward scene between Laurel and Nicole.
We can just skip right over that.
Though I will say, this is where Nicole tries to set a boundary, like, you can't keep getting in the bed. And the audacity of Laurel just to give her this look like,
yeah.
What?
Yeah, like she can't take no for an answer. It's so gross.
You don't know what you're talking about. You're not serious. And Nicole's like, no, bitch, I am. She's like, no, you're not. And I was like, I'm just gonna brush her off.
But
and her boundary when you're the one talking about how you don't want anything to do with her.
She does go back with her like over and over again.
And then she's crying to Kara and Avery, and I'm just like,
like crying because she got told to stay away. Like, no. And now she's like, oh, I don't want to be with her no more.
And
like, yeah,
this is watching this scene and knowing what we know about what supposedly happened between Kara and Laurel in season 40. I'm just like, Laurel does not deserve someone like Kara as a friend. She doesn't deserve her.
Yeah.
At all.
Yeah, I'm with Tia. We don't even have to.
Yeah. So
she's the epitome of the pot calling the kettle cookware.
Yeah. She's too damn old for this behavior.
Oh.
So then we get to the nominations. Kara's immediately like, Brandon and Leroy. Veronica's like, I second it, because Veronica's always playing the smart game. Jay's like, I can't say Brandon, because we're really close. So again, props to Jay for sticking to his word with his friends. Adam's like, I don't give a fuck because they're gonna come for my star anyway. So what do I care? I'm screwed. And Ace is like, yeah, whatever you want. Let's go. And it's damn near unanimous.
I love
Kara
Ace.
puts in the names. I do too. I love him.
I love he's made it this far too.
Yes. He's probably like so they put in the names Brandon and Leroy. Brad's like, woo! I fucked that up for my whole damn team. I don't know how the hell I came out of that one. And Cam cannot say a word. She doesn't even try.
And I respected that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
to that. She knows she walked him into that elimination. Because I don't think Cara would, I don't think Cara would have ever voted Leroy in until she had to, because
100%.
she's gone on record that her biggest regret was doing that on Vendettas. And so she said she wouldn't do it again.
Totally
Yeah.
agree. Yep.
So
Yep.
Cam caused that, period. He would
Yep.
not have gone in there from Cara's mouth without that.
Yep. If Cam
Yep.
hadn't have came so hard for Cara the previous week, I guarantee, and if Brandon hadn't have said her name, that elimination would have probably been Brad and like, who else would it have been? Leroy, Brandon, probably Brad, and
Who was in
who
the
else was in the losing group?
I can't remember who was in the
Ryan or
losing.
let me see who's in, I forgot that goddamn fast. It would have been Ryan and Brad, because the only other guys were Leroy and Brandon.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
So it would have gone a lot differently, but so it happens when you take big shots and they don't always work out for you. You got to deal with the consequences, no matter how quickly they come to be.
Well, so I'm sorry, Leroy.
No, you're fine. Go ahead.
Leroy even said, "I didn't vote for you, Cara," in his confessional. I didn't do it. So I'm sorry, my jersey keeps coming out with her name, but that's just the natural way the mouth forms.
It's fine.
But he said that, but he also said he's going to ride with Cam. So
well,
their package deal.
Get that.
And that's how it's supposed to be. So
yeah, I mean, it'd be the same thing if Cara and Paulie were on the season.
Mm-hmm.
Exactly.
Like
Cara
your man
does some
came
shit
for me, so
Paulie's gonna catch strays. Paulie does some shit. Cara's gonna catch strays. That's how the game works when you have solid relationships with somebody. Same thing with best friends. Your best friend came for me, you won't catch strays now because I can take her out by going through you first. So social game and the dominoes effect that always happens with these game moves are one of my favorite things about the show. Yes. Seeing how all that plays out and how one little thing could have changed the entire outcome of the game ultimately. I don't think we had a night out in this episode. I don't remember them going out.
No.
Which is interesting because normally they always do, but that's fine.
I didn't even think about that.
It pretty much just goes straight to the elimination. And in my opinion, it's a very cool puzzle elimination because there's a physical aspect to it. And I love those kind of puzzles like in real life. Obviously, I've never been fucking harnessed and like holding it up like with my thighs and my thumbs, but I thought it was a lot of fun. I would actually enjoy doing that type of elimination. I was on the edge of my seat.
They said it weighed about 60 pounds.
I mean, yes, that part sucks.
Yeah.
Obviously.
No.
Yeah, that part.
I'd have just said bye.
See,
Go ahead, I already knew who won, but like just watching it, I was just like, oh my God, like what if the spoils are wrong? And he, because they was so close. Like Brandon could have got it. Every time I was like, damn.
It was so close.
Crazy.
It skirted. I mean, Brandon got like 3 out the gate.
I wonder though. I wonder how close it really actually was though. I mean, were they up there an hour and everybody was standing around and
He said he didn't talk about how many rounds it was.
You know what? We didn't talk about that.
We didn't talk about the elimination.
So
he said that shit was heavy.
We were literally talking about everything, I think, outside of the show.
Oh, I can't wait to listen.
It was pretty crazy.
Apparently, it was actually 3 rounds. And
Brandon won the first one, right?
He won the first one.
Yeah.
And then Leroy won the next 2. So by the time it was over, so you can even see the bead of sweat coming off Leroy. At the end, if you look, you can see one little bead hanging off. I tell you, I see the strangest stuff. But one little thing hanging off his nose. So, I would have counted how many weeks I was there, how many checks I got. Okay, it's time to go home. Bye.
I don't know why that elimination needed 3 rounds.
No.
Right.
It didn't.
I feel like it seemed hard enough just to do it once.
Yes.
Yeah.
And I think the balls would fall off and TJ would pick them up.
That's hysterical.
We probably should have talked about that.
No, I think yours is going to be way more interesting.
We talked a little bit about the challenge, but we talked about like a lot of other stuff too.
Yeah.
I like that.
Yeah, and when we were watching it, so Leroy is one of my favorite male challengers of all time. It's actually funny. I actually have a dog named Leroy, so like every time I recap and say Leroy's name, he like looks at me like me.
Oh.
And again, my best friend will watch it with me, and she also really likes Leroy, and she was like, "Oh, and of course, I already knew what was going to happen, but I didn't tell her. And then when he finally won, she like jumped up and started cheering. She's like, "Yes, Cam Roy for another week." And I was like, "Yeah, for
Yeah,
now."
I was gonna be sad either way,
I
but
know, I
also
was
happy
too.
either way.
Yeah,
So
I was sad. I think TJ was super sad because Brandon and
yeah.
Leroy, two of his favorite male competitors.
Yeah.
I mean, he's
Yeah.
hung out with them in real life. Like we talked about that with Brandon. Um, how like him and TJ used
They
to
would
go
go to
out back when
breakfast
Brandon
all
lived
the
in
time.
Vegas. You know, Leroy
Yeah.
used to live in Vegas too. All of that good stuff. So I would like to see this elimination even on the main show. I don't think we need 3 rounds of it.
No.
It's not like they even show us 3 rounds.
I know. Right.
But I would like to see this become to be repeated because again, there's some physical parts, there's some puzzle parts. It's not quite just a game of luck. Like there's a little bit of skill with it. I think Leroy, from what they showed us,
Who's
when he
gonna
had all
get
the balls in the
frustrated?
center.
Who's gonna keep
Yeah.
calm and like,
Yep.
yeah.
And who has the muscle endurance to do that?
Right.
Because you're fucking suspended and it's hanging off your thighs and your thumbs. So
Yeah.
the previews don't show us too much about what to expect next week. We know Jasmine goes off on somebody about
Jasmine's
something.
always going off on somebody though.
Well, spoilers, but I think she does go home this next episode.
Yeah,
I
I
think
was trying to remember
Maybe
who.
she got voted in and she's pissed off and is like, fuck you.
I
So,
was trying to remember who took her out though, and
It's is it it's Nicole.
okay,
Is it Nicole?
because people were mad whenever it came out. I remember like Nicole's big ass took her out.
I know Jasmine was like, motherfucker. First it was Laurel. Now it's her motherfucking girlfriend, Nicole.
She's
Like,
so
can you give me
tiny.
a non-brolic bitch to go against me, please? Her luck is like a pole wrestle. Like, God damn it. And then like the scene where like Kara's like, wow, and they're talking about somebody is crazy. I want to know who they're talking about. I can't wait.
yeah. My,
Did we decide how many episodes there are? Sorry.
I think Avion said
12.
12. It's
12?
confirmed 12.
Couldn't remember.
because I'm curious as to when that episode where Ace is moving Kara away from Nicole comes
Yeah.
in. And we
I
also
can't
have that
wait.
scene of Laurel standing over her and yelling.
Oh
Yeah.
yeah. Yeah. Like I'm like, okay, this shows that you need therapy. You are unhinged.
I will say though, and I may have to eat this because I really don't think what I'm about to say is actually the case, but with the way they edit things, it is possible she was going off and she wasn't going off on Kara. You know what I mean? She could
That's
have
true.
turned
Just going
around
off in general about something and Kara just happened
because
to
she
be
was
next
saying,
to
"You
her.
don't
Yeah.
know me."
Yeah.
I think she was saying, "You don't know me." So she could have been going off about something that had happened with the other one and been like, "You don't know me," and flipping out.
Yeah, I can't
That
wait
is
to
very
see.
true.
I doubt it, but it's possible.
I can't wait to see the daily where Nicole starts losing her shit. And it looks like Kara is laughing at her. And Ace is
Yes.
just like, let me just pick you up and move you because this isn't going anywhere. And Kara's like laughing, and Nicole's like, I'm like, Nicole, you're just jealous because Kara was the one bitch you couldn't turn into your next fiance.
Exactly.
Yeah.
And I really do think that's a big part of it. She wasn't into it.
Oh,
Like
for
I
sure.
always think about the Vendettas reunion because you know they didn't tell us who won Vendettas until the reunion. How Cole was like, "You suck. You're never gonna fucking win." Nothing. Blah blah blah. And I'm like, that's funny because you DQ'd out of a final crying about a rolled ankle, and guess who won? I
Yeah.
don't. Is Nicole even finished a final? Like I always feel like she DQs.
I don't
No,
think so.
no, she hasn't.
Did
I
she
don't
finish the
think
invasion one? I know her and Corey came in like dead last because they DQ'd
she
out at
was
a puzzle.
second. Yeah. She was last. Ashley first.
I think
Yeah, she was
Camilla.
last. And then who
Any
was
other
it?
one? I think she DQ'd out of.
Cam busted her shoulder. Wasn't it Cam who got her on the shoulder and she DQ'd on
Oh,
double
was that
agent?
double agents when they were
Yeah.
doing the wrestling on the semi? Yeah.
So
She got injured and went home. She got
Oh, you
injured
got
in the
good
final.
memory.
So she's finished one, huh?
Did you got a good memory?
Yeah, I think for the oddest things, I'll have to tell you that. I have a friend who says I have the biggest supply of unnecessary information in my head. I have to tell you some of it later. But see, because I just forgot what I was going to say about the other part of it. But I don't think she has. I think that Invasions is the only one that she's finished.
Well, did she go to the AllStars final this season? I don't remember. I can't keep up with the spoilers. We got it so long ago.
I know, right? I read them so early that when the show comes around, I don't even remember.
Because I can't remember if she made it and she like purged out or DQ'd or.
I think she made it purged out at the end.
I think she purged out.
Because either Cara and Steve are second and third, but we don't know who's second and who's third. Yeah, I'm pretty sure even Veronica got farther in the final than Nicole. I bet you she purged out at a puzzle.
Yeah, you're probably right.
Like, how many times are you going to lose because of a puzzle before you finally go home and start doing some goddamn puzzles?
I think she's.
My favorite is the Invasion.
You don't have it. I don't think.
Look, Leroy learned math and how to swim for the fucking challenge. She can learn some damn puzzles. I mean,
but seriously, that Invasions puzzle was counting triangles.
And her and Corey failed. Miserably.
Well, he's not the smartest either, so.
No.
Hopefully,
no, I'm dying to know if you guys ever get ace. What I really want to know is it's wishful thinking of everybody on the internet. They keep saying CT called him and told him he had to look out for
take care of Cara, yeah.
Just write that down if you ever get ace. That's the one I want to know.
Caitlin, start bugging Ace and see if we can get him on.
I will. I'll actually text him after this.
Yes, like, there we go.
Such a cute little country boy.
He is. He's adorable. Any other thoughts about this week's episode?
No, I'm just loving this season. I'm loving
I am too.
I am too.
I'm enjoying it.
Okay, it's on and I need to put it on in a while.
Yeah.
Yeah. I haven't felt that way in a while either.
Yeah.
So I'm happy. Yeah. So if you're not already following us, everybody, on Facebook, we are the Challenge Unbothered. We are a spoilers group. Do not join us if you do not want spoilers. Yeah. Oh my God. I think we are. CT only tells you when you join the goddamn group, people. Which, by the way,
you gotta
he loves
answer
that
the
photo.
question that has red flags all over it that says
sirens.
People don't
good
read.
Lord.
They don't.
I mean, all of our pinned posts are about spoilers or, hey, reminder, we're spoilers. Like, I don't know. I don't know where you missed the memo.
I'm not gonna lie. I get a weird pleasure out of people though that come on and go, I don't want to see spoilers, and they were like, you're getting
and
the
we all jump on them. We all like jump in the comments and then we take out the trash. I love
that. Always amuses me.
Yes.
Same.
You guys crack me up.
Thank you.
You really do.
We're like a mob. We just all converge on the people.
The unbothered mob. The unbothered mob of Cara stands.
That's right.
That's our second favorite thing when people make posts either trying to hate on Cara or they're like loving on Tori, and we're all like, we hope you're ready for us.
We're
jumping in the comments. Look, I tell everybody, this is the one group we're full of Cara stands. If you don't like it, there's 30 other fucking groups you can join. In this one, you're getting dragged. Sorry.
Or they can go join that Tori stan group.
Yeah, there you go. Go join the Tori
Well, that's why I love
That's Edwin. Where they're welcome.
That's why I love Edwin, because he still continues to post Fessy stuff.
I just feel so bad because everybody comes for him. He took a break because of that. Everybody was coming for him on like Twitter and everything, but I'm like, can't help him. He loves him. Just like we love Cara, but
Which I've never come for him, but I've made comments. But I mean, I think Fessie's the only one other than Camilla that I actually think outside of the game he would get on my nerves.
Oh, we met
Did y'all
him.
meet him? Yeah.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
He's
a dude on my nerves.
Okay.
He's a douchebag. Yeah.
Because I definitely separate people from the game.
Yeah.
There's no part of me that thinks I know these people. Except
right. Fessy, like, if he's not attracted to you, you're nothing.
Okay.
Yeah, he doesn't even look at you twice.
Yeah. Josh, like Nadine was about to say, perfectly lovely, the biggest sweetheart in person that you
self-aware of himself on TV.
Yeah.
I can see that.
Very.
Like I told him, I was like,
sweetheart.
I'm really not the biggest fan of you on TV. He's like, I don't blame you. I cry a lot. I can be a lot. I said, yeah, but I really love you in person. He's like, thank you. That makes
Now I adored him on Challenge USA, which shocked me.
What's that?
Was it Challenge USA or was it World? I'm getting lost. The one where he was doing he went off on with Bananas, and even Bananas was, I forget which one. There's so many spin-offs now. But one of them it was a CBS one, and I actually enjoyed him on that one. I was so shocked. But
I was gonna say, when we met him for the second time at Charlotte Mania.
Oh, he was there.
We started talking about our pets, our dogs, and he did tear up.
He's like, I'm gonna start crying about my dog, and he did. He did. Like, I miss my dog. It's so cute.
Yeah, that made me love it more because like,
I can see
dogs
that
too.
Right. I was like, I miss my dog too. Oh my god. Yes, loved him.
That was funny.
Yes. Thank you again, Ellen, for joining us. You are welcome to join us any week. We would love to have you back.
That was fun.
Yes. Yeah. And we'll
come back some other time.
Not at all. Yeah, absolutely. You always come back if you want. I will have this posted by some point this weekend, this and the Brandon interview. So until then, everybody, we'll see you next time. Bye-bye.
Bye.